Welcome to the 3 to Our Way podcast, a weekly 1-hour conversation about sports, television, film, music, and current events. Real live, no sites. Hosted by childhood friends Sherm the Barber, Substantial, and Jay Cash. 3 to Our Way is as humorous as it is informative. We bring our odd perspectives on odd stories to you via YouTube and all podcast platforms. Our weekly show is pre-recorded, but you can catch us live on the first Sunday of every month. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Now let's get to it. Yo, we're back once again. How y'all doing out there? Welcome to 3 to Our Way podcast. I am your host for the evening, Jay Cash, with my boy Shiggity Sherm, my man Substantial. Yeah. How y'all doing, fellas? How we kicking it off today?
Chilling. How you feeling?
Feeling good, feeling great. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm still sexy if you wanted to know. So,
man. Where are we going?
Eyes, bro.
Where are we going with this?
Out the gate, son.
Don't roll your eyes, man. I'm still sexy, goddamn it. Anyway, shout out to the folks that's already in the live watching us now. Stephanie, I see you. Johnny, I see you. I'm sure more people are going to be joining us really shortly.
Yeah, for
they
sure.
on CP time. But how was y'all, fellas? How was your weekend?
Man. Yeah, sure. Go ahead, man. I'm multitasking
Over there tinkering. Well,
right.
My weekend was good. Got out, did some outdoor exercise shit. We still ain't messing around indoors too heavy right now. So got out, rode my bike this morning. Then we went out skating a little while after I came back in. And then we came back in the crib, got ready for the show, man. Nothing too spectacular.
That's solid.
Oh yeah, and you talk about the Vans joint.
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, I'll go ahead and get that in there. So I'm very, very, very excited about next Sunday's show. We are scheduled to interview a really dope artist, designer, and just creator all around, brother Brian Robinson, who is owner of the Black Genius Art Show. He's a really dope, like I said, he's a really dope artist. He puts his art onto clothing as well. He designs some of it. He would just slap some art on some shit you bring through. But he got a partnership through Vans, where Vans has this effort called Foot the Bill, where what they're doing is they're stepping in and helping out small businesses by doing a collaborative sneaker with them. And I don't know how much of the proceeds, but a portion of the proceeds go to either the artist or the venue that they're in support of. So he got the opportunity to do a shoe. It doesn't come out until the 20th, 420, which is funny. It's a lot going on 420. I'm very anxious about that date because I gotta hurry up and get online and get these joints. Man, I'm not one of those type of dudes. I just like to go to the store and buy. But yeah, I'm really excited about next Sunday, man. I'm hoping to have good news that my shoes are on the way, or maybe I even have them. I might get the shirt too, but yeah, man. So really looking forward to that, man.
I think I'm the only one of us that don't have Vans. I don't have a pair of Vans, man.
Dude, got more Vans in a damn moving company. Okay, man, I love Vans, man.
Yeah, I don't have anything against them. I just never went out and was like, oh, let me go cop some Vans. So
yeah, it wasn't our lane for a while. It got, I think Lil Wayne helped cross it over.
Mm-hmm. It was skateboard Ricky and them.
Yeah,
it wasn't
right.
It wasn't really a hip hop thing, and then it kind of crossed over. So.
Yeah,
that's dope in a number of ways, but
Also, before Stan gets his weekend in there, let me go ahead and get my beer out of the way here. We got Vazen Brewing Company Stay Cozy Stout. It is a milk stout that I was not aware of until I turned it around a minute ago, but it is what it is. I'll be
farting.
Bubbling up. Yeah, it'll be going down later.
This show will come with sound effects.
Hey, I'll make sure I hit mute if it gets hectic in here.
When did he get the trumpet intro?
And I'd be like beatboxing in this joint, man. But
Sputter butt Sherm.
This joint is
I hate y'all.
I guess East Kent Golding hops are used in this. Pale malt, flake oats, crystal malt, German chocolate wheat, roasted barley, and Norwegian Kvik yeast. It is a very good beer. It's very sweet. And it is very cozy. It's a very warm tasting beer, man.
I was gonna ask you, what's the cozy part about it? Does it warm you up inside?
Well, it kind of like it's kind of like a milk, like a hot chocolate kind of vibe. You got to drink beer to understand, man. It's warm. Shut your ass up. Shut it the fuck up. Stan, how was your week, man?
Hey, yeah, man, it was pretty dope. Thanks for asking. Cash, yeah. Yeah, man, it was pretty dope, man. One part that was dope and then not so dope. So I got my final shot of the vaccine. The first 24 hours were cool, but I had heard whispers before that, like everyone said, like first shot's not so bad, second shot a bit more rough. And the rumors were real. So when that second day came around, I mean, literally about 24 hours after I got the shot or whatever, the honeymoon was over, dog. And I was in this joint, Harlem shaking. You know what I'm saying? Just, and
you get Pfizer or Moderna?
Pfizer.
Okay.
And I've heard that, like, people have an easier time with Pfizer. So, shout out to everybody who had Moderna, who apparently have been having it a little worse. But it wasn't like, like, oh my God, I think I might have to go to the hospital. It was just like, man, a few chills and stuff and the headaches off and on. It just felt like the day after being out to like 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning, drinking all night and not hydrating properly. Like, that's really what it felt like, you know what I mean? To keep it a buck. Cause I've had that experience in my younger days a few times where I wake up the next day just not feeling great, bro. And like, why do I do this to myself? You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, bro. But yeah, that was part of the week. Outside of that, man, oh my God, there was something I was going to mention. Hold tight. Oh yeah. I want to shout out the homie. So and then shout out. I've been talking to DL off and on all week. Quiet as kept. Him and I have been working on this project that we haven't been talking about publicly. But basically, he took a few of my acapellas and he's doing like a remix EP of some of my joints. And so we were just kind of catching up on that and some other business. And then he dropped this banger out the blue. Me put this up on the screen. But he just dropped a new project called Trapped in Jazz. And that's the cover art right there, man. It's very dope. It's just some really.
Is that a play on trap music and jazz?
Yeah, man. It's basically chopped jazz samples with like trap drums under them. You know what I mean? And so so it's a dope blend of old and new and stuff, man. A whole vibe. A lot of these joints could make some fun songs already. Some of them are actual songs of his and stuff. And then a few of them are just kind of new instrumentals that hadn't been heard before. And for real, man, I could hear like, some dope ass R&B singers doing some things with it, or some artists like Coda the Friend, people like that. You know what I mean? It's definitely that vibe. So definitely, if you haven't checked it out,
Coda who?
As much as he Coda the Fiend, what you call him? Coda, you know what I'm saying? That boy Coda the Fiend pretty good. Yeah, but yeah. So shout out to Funky DL. Definitely check that out, man. It's really dope per usual. The homie delivers as he always does, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yes, sir.
So who first to start it off today?
You first, man.
Substantial.
Me, right?
Me.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Pow, pow. Me go ahead.
What you talking about today, man?
So much, son. So much. Yeah. So first things first, man. There has been no shortage of quality stuff coming out. So it was very tough to kind of pin down what I was going to talk about this week outside of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But then on Thursday, I get a text from the homie, man. Shout out to my big brother from another mother, my man Sean Ope Williams, my former manager.
Hey, what up, Ope?
Yeah, shout out to Ope. Ope hit me up and was like, dude, he didn't even say much. He just sent me the link to this trailer. And then I watched the trailer and I'm like, yo, this is ape shit. And hold on, I'm bringing the image up right now. But basically, it was to check out this this new documentary that just dropped on Netflix on Thursday, and it is called Dark City Beneath the Beat. And so, yeah, man, it is an excellent documentary. It's only an hour long. I highly recommend that everybody take the time to check this joint out, man. If you're a fan of of dance music in general, but specifically if you're a fan of Baltimore club music, dude, yo, go ahead, get your life. There's no all I gotta tell you. The tweet that I posted the other day after I finished watching it, I was like, hey man, first of all, shout out to all of the homies that I saw in it, different people who I had the pleasure of meeting over the years, living in Baltimore and working with people in Baltimore. But then, bro, you got stretched before you watch this joint, because if you ain't dancing in your chair, if you ain't, man. And then the homie Cariz, man, shout out to Cariz Marcel, really talented producer. Most people probably have heard his work that he did with the brother the Jenna. He did something on his last album and stuff.
Wait, who? Jenna or Jadena?
Jadena. I said his name wrong. Remix.
Jenna.
Right.
Hey, that go to the feed. Go to the feed of the Jenna.
My age was there. I was like, man, I know I was in the ballpark. Thank you, Sherm. And I just messed that whole connect all up. So we just go Men in Black that joke. There you go. So yeah. So most people probably heard his work that he did with Jadena. You know what I'm saying? Jadena. So anyway, yeah, man, but he has a dope song that is hands down one of my favorite moments. Other than seeing the different kids dancing in the documentary, one of my favorite moments in it is when they focus on there's the scene outside of Lexington Market. I think they're out front of Lexington Market, and and it looks like this cop / security dude is eyeing a different people out front, and then it just kind of breaks into a music video. And and shout out to the brother Rufus Roundtree. You always see him with the crazy hat, Marcus Garvey out here. You know what I mean? He got the Marcus Garvey hat he always wear when he got his trombone. And then shout out to the homie Easy Jackson. We used to do the open mic show. Say again?
I remember the dude with the hat on from the Be More show that where the incident night.
Yeah. Yo, man, a good amount of the homies who was there that night are in this movie. You know what I mean? So that was super dope to see. But that Hey Baltimore song, y'all can look that song up on Spotify right now. It's called Hey Baltimore. Hey Baltimore. I'm hoping that joint got all the love after that movie premiered. But few major shout outs. Shout out to Issa Rae for basically discovering this film and putting it on a bigger platform and getting it out to more people. That was super dope to see. She co-signed the film because she's a super fan of the director, who's also a Baltimore club artist, and that person's name is TT the artist. Shout out to everyone who remembers the Hip Knot Records record days when I was working with them and brought through the homie Greenspan, because Greenspan's first single had TT the artist on it, and TT the artist was already very established in the Baltimore club scene. She's actually a transplant. She was from Florida originally, which is there's a connection there too, in Florida's bass music and what Baltimore club is like, and we saw the connection when we was in middle school, right? Like with that track, the Doodoo Brown joint, the boom doom 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 Doodoo Brown, that joint back in the day, yeah.
I love that joint, man.
Yeah, because that was a Baltimore club joint, you know what I mean? But it had that Miami bass influence or whatever with the sample, and so yeah, man, dude. I cannot.
How they get a video shot at Lexington Mall? That's one of the busiest spots in Baltimore.
Well, they're right outside of the joint, but bro, they're everywhere in Baltimore, bro. Okay. They are everywhere in Baltimore, bro. Like, man, I lived there for quite some time, for several years, and spent a lot of time because I was working in the education system up there too, and doing a lot in the music scene. And so ain't too many parts of Baltimore I ain't seen, bro. And when I'm watching that joint, I was like, just checking my list, like, yep, they were there. Yeah, so it's super authentic, man. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, bro. Like I damn near shed a tear watching that joint, bro. Like, it was just beautiful, man. Like the visuals, dude. You see how this shot that we got up on the screen look.
I was going to say, I like the visual that you got on the screen right now.
Bro. Tight, yeah. And that's Olu Butterfly right there in the dress. She's the amazing poet. She does a poem in the joint. And then the brother with the trombone over here on the side, that's Rufus Roundtree, who kills it on the Hey Baltimore song too, singing and playing trombone on the joint before the homie Easy Jackson just comes through and just mops up. Hey, bro, that shit is fire, man. So yeah, bro. Hey, they over here cooking me in the joint. Like, why don't y'all move on? You know what I'm saying? Let it go. In the chat, I am getting cooked. For those of you listening to the podcast, still cracking jokes on me with whoever's present with you. You ain't shit either. I love you for listening, but you know what I mean? Leave me alone. So anyway, yeah, hold on. I'm gonna post this last comment. There we go. All right. Yeah, y'all feel better there? You got it out yourself.
The Jenna featuring Coda the Fiend.
Right.
The Jenna.
Right. It's all right. Sherm time coming. You know what I'm saying? Next. But yeah, man. So that was definitely the surprise that I got to see this week. Was not on my radar at all. So shout out again to my brother Oak for putting me on, man. That was definitely a great look. And then the other one that that the world I'm pretty sure was waiting on after what we got in episode 4. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episode 5, bro. The way that joint. Can we just talk about how it started?
Did you see this episode, Sean? Are you caught
Yes,
up?
I did. I'm caught up. I'm caught up.
I'm so proud of you.
Can we talk about Battle Royale? Let's talk about this Battle Royale, gentlemen. This scene right here that I got up on the screen. First of all, man, Wade Russell, aka Kurt Russell's son, aka the No Lips villain. Yo,
can we? What is his name? I really feel like I'm not doing. I know him by Kurt Russell's son.
Yeah, I mean, I just said it. I think it's Wade Russell, if I'm not.
Oh, Wade Russell, that's his name.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, man. But dude,
he has such a punchable face,
don't he? Though,
especially because he has no lips, so there is no padding. You know what I'm
right?
There is no padding. He's gonna feel all of this in his teeth. But look, can we just talk about?
Wait. I think it's Wyatt Russell.
Wyatt Russell. That's right. I was mixing.
Damn, you fucking up all
the names. All the names. Hey man, look. No lips villain is who he's referred to from this point further. You know what I'm saying? He who hath no lips doesn't get a name. You know what I'm saying? He can't speak his own name with no lips. But can I just say that the job that he's doing, man, that Wyatt Russell's doing, like, people hate his character, and that is just a testimony to how well he's playing it. Like, he is, he's the guy you love to hate in this joint, man. And that fight scene that they started the episode with, first thing my wife said, Rochelle, was like, "This how we starting though?" I was like, "Yeah, this is going down."
You know what? In watching him, it reminds me of what Johnny said last week when he said that Captain Rogers was who? What did he say? He said Captain Rogers is who America wants to be. What's his name in this? Damn, I forgot his name on right
Walker.
now. Walker is the America that we really are. That stuck to me, and especially after watching this episode, I was like, "Yeah."
Oh, he said he's the captain, Captain America we deserve, or something like that. Something along those lines.
Something to those effects. The parallel between the two of them is one of them fit that image and who we perspire and inspired to be, and the other one is who we really are underneath all of it. So that was pretty dope. Shout out to Johnny for that one.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's yeah, dude. Yeah, man, he's definitely killing it. Like every moment he's on the screen or whatever, like, yo, your level, I just feel the tension in the room just elevates every time he comes into the scene. When he basically goes to that hearing and Kirk's up. And then shout out to was it Julia Louis-Dreyfus from Seinfeld, who made a guest appearance on it. And she's playing, I think, Madam Hydra, if I'm not mistaken. Johnny, you can go ahead and confirm if I got that right. I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying, off the top, your man did solid that time. But yeah, her appearance was definitely dope, and like she was just
it was comical too. I like that
all types of disrespectful.
You didn't lose that aspect of her, you know what I mean?
Right.
When she was delivering her lines, and she sat in between Russell. I'm sorry, now I'm doing it. When she sat between Walker and his wife, and she was like, this beautiful woman to the side of me and everything. I was like, yeah, she's very cunning. So I like that about her.
But she's like, this beautiful woman to the side of me, looks at her, hey, how you doing? And then before she can answer, just right back into the joint. Hey, she respected his lady so many times, John.
She did.
So many times. Look, yes, Shell. She was so disrespectful. Yep. And shout out to Steph for pointing out that yes, she is a Maryland native. You know what I'm saying? Made in Maryland. You know what I'm saying? Quality actors and actresses. And matter of fact, he who hath no lips, his mama, Goldie Hawn, is also from Maryland. You know what I mean?
Oh, shit.
Where on the Maryland Goldie Hawn from?
If I'm not mistaken, I think she's actually from PG. Either PG or Moco. One of the two. But
I did not know that.
Yeah, Goldie Hawn. When I did my Made in Maryland song, I made it a point to bring up as many different people historically who were from here, but I had a much longer list that didn't make it into the joint. So just really notable people, man, like game changers, you know what I mean, are from this great state of ours, Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, Shell. I see you repping. You know what I'm saying? She ain't from Maryland, but she know.
I'm about to say, yo, ass ain't don't make me do it. Don't
bask in the glory.
But I get it. She from Gaithersburg.
Okay. The majesty.
Right. She's from Moe County. 1 second, I got to plug up.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, man. So the episode was definitely excellent. Again, man, if y'all haven't been watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I highly recommend you go ahead and catch up. We got one episode left, gentlemen. One episode left, man. Y'all got any predictions?
Well, first of all, go ahead.
No, go ahead, man.
No, I'm at the bottom. Go ahead.
Well, I ain't got much because this is not my favorite series right now. So I just been watching it to be caught up. So I have zero predictions whatsoever. I don't even like the lady with all the jokes. I didn't even really know who she really was. I was just watching. It's like, oh, I like this show. I don't know who all the people are at all times, but it's a great show. Oh, thanks. How do you feel?
Man, listen, it was intense. That opening scene was intense. They broke the Bama arm. That was he fought to hold on to that shield so bad they had to break his arm to get it off of him.
Bruh.
That was
my favorite part. That was my favorite part of the fight when they broke his arm.
That was serious. And I think you also saw for the first time Bucky and saying really be on one accord, which was
Mhm.
definitely needed and definitely useful at that point in time. But he broke the wings, man. And
Oh
that's what
man,
I meant. That's what I'm looking forward to the most in the last series, because these wings that he
he
got
didn't
now
break
are from
them.
Wakanda.
He didn't break the wings, dog. He didn't break them.
He did. He snatched them off.
He took them off. Yeah,
Yeah. He
snatched
snatched
them
them. I
joints
was
right
like,
off.
this Bama lunching for real. But I'm looking forward to seeing what the next wings are going to be like, because these are from Wakanda. So
And they're vibranium, so he won't be
yeah,
those.
yeah. So they probably with energy absorbent and all types of stuff that's going to
Yeah.
enhance him.
I'm gonna let you know if you left the stove on. They're gonna be super advanced.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
sir. Yes, sir. One moment in it was a lot of moments in this one, but one that sticks out to me in particular is when Falcon went back to visit what's his name, Bradley,
Mm-hmm.
and before he pulled the shield out, he's like, "Nah, keep it in keep it sheathed, keep it in the case."
Oh yeah, that whole scene, bro.
Man,
That scene.
remember we
so
talked about this. We talked about this around episode, actually, when we did the one hitter after episode 1, and how they were going to try to relate to some of the topics that still plague this country when it comes to Black people and the symbolism of the United States. And when he was like, those stars and stripes don't mean much to me, and he was, they got to the point of the conversation when he was like, no Black man, no self-respecting Black man would want to be the Captain America.
Whew.
That was deep.
Yo, that man, dude.
That was deep.
And look, man, something I wanted to address, and then we'll keep it moving, because I know we got a lot more show. But man, I've been seeing little things online where people are saying stupid shit like, oh, why are they trying to make this show political? And it's just ridiculous, yo. Like, if you talking about race relations in this country, that's not nigga, my life ain't politics, dog. Like, my life is just my life. My experience is my experience. It's our people's experience. And unfortunately, that's what it is. So when someone brings that up, you know what I mean? It's less about politics and more about humanity or the lack thereof. You know what I mean?
But
And
what I don't understand about comments like that is, how is race political? Because politics, to its definition, has to deal with laws and policies.
right.
So how can bringing up a race topic automatically send people to something that's saying it's political, unless they're admitting that a lot of the policies that were created were based off race in this country in the first place? So it's a double-edged sword when it even comes up in topic and is relating in that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that was a key point for me. I had to rewind that whole part again just to hear some of the parts that was being said about it, some of the dialogue that was being said about it, and also the position that put Falcon in at that point, because now he's like, I see both sides of it, what they did to him, you know what I mean, versus, what did he say? Do you think he said something? Bradley said something about, do you think it's different now than it was then, or something like that? And I was like, man, it was getting real deep. So for those that haven't caught up to it, make sure you pay attention to that part, because it plays into the psyche of what Falcon is going to have to deal with in his ultimate decision on whether or not he wants to be the bearer of the shield or not. So
yeah. And two quick things before we leave this conversation. Number one, as my wife pointed out, it is true to the comic. For those of you who are not familiar with Isaiah Bradley's story, you could check out the comic book called, or a series of comics called Truth, Red, White, Black. And that's the story of what happened, like all that he shares or whatever in the his character shares in the show. Is what happens in the comic, and it's actually a bit more intense in the actual comic because you actually see it. But yes, so that, and then oh man, the last thing I was gonna point out. Oh yes, it's important to remember too, like, because while he's looking at it, like, everyone's experience, like we have as a people, and this applies to many different people, and everyone in general. Like there are some shared experiences, and there absolutely are some things that happen to a lot of us. But as individuals, there's certain things about our experience that like makes it a bit more unique to us. So in other words, it's possible for black men of a certain time to feel the way that Isaiah Bradley feels, but at the same time, the next generation, in other words, Falcon's character, his generation, although he sees some of the same problems, he can still be a bit more hopeful, because if he knows his history, he knows what he went through. And while there are lots of similarities and there are things we are still dealing with, there's also some progress, right? And so he has to he's grappling with his own truth and trying to figure out where he fits in all of that. And so does he not pick it up because of the history behind that shield and what happened to Isaiah Bradley? Or does he pick it up to avoid someone who really isn't worthy of picking it up, us getting another John Walker, right, to carry that mantle and hold it up the way that only he could, right? Mm-hmm. So it's tough. It made me instantly think, and it's funny, I didn't even mention this to my wife, but it made me think of the conversation I had with my uncle, Otis, rest his soul, who talked about when Obama was running for president. And like, you know, a lot of elders I spoke to didn't think he had a chance in hell. You know what I mean? And that was based off of the history that they lived through, right? Mm-hmm. So they were like, man, this country never going to let a black man be president. And you know, and I was just speaking from like, yo, while I might have agreed with you a few years before, I just told him, I was like, man, uncle, listen, there's some things that I'm seeing on social media, which I know you don't know much about, but I know a bit about that. That's making it look like, yo, he might have a real shot. You know what I mean? And then a few months later, that's exactly what we got. So does that mean our whole people had progress? No, of course not. But it does mean that some things we thought was impossible before are quite possible now. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
A couple of also lines before you get off. When Dreyfus is, I don't even remember her name anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But when she says that the shield doesn't belong to the government, it's a gray area. I think that's going to be significant because technically it doesn't. It was invented by Stark many, many years ago. And also at the that conversation between Bucky and Sam, when they were talking about him making amends with people. Because remember we talked about in the first episode, I asked if he can't make amends with people, does he continue to be, you know, caught in between being the Winter Soldier and being Bucky?
Right.
We totally forgot about the older Asian man that he was trying to make amends to earlier in the season.
Oh yeah, you know he's gonna go see him.
I think in episode 6, that storyline is going to come back full circle and bookend where it started. So I look forward to seeing that. I look forward to seeing the new wings, and I look forward to seeing what a vengeful Walker is going to be now. And also, there was a lot of speculation about what's the girl's name, the one that they met in Madror.
Madripoor. You talking about you talking about Agent Carter?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She finances him out. Yeah, she finances the guy who had beef with Falcon. So is she a double agent? Is she somebody that, you know, we need to be looking out for? I don't know. But I'm looking forward to seeing what the next episode.
We're gonna learn on Friday, son.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing that.
Yo, next Friday is gonna be crazy, son. We got so much stuff coming next Friday. We got Mortal Kombat coming next Friday. We got the season finale, or possibly series finale of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yes, sir.
And and of course, Tuesday is, you know, good old verses with Red Man and Method Man. And speaking of music, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna pass it to my band. None other than my brother, Shiggity Sherm, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to a new episode of What the Fuck Are You Doing Today? No. So Don't have no new music for this week because ain't really been nothing on my radar. I haven't really noticed anything new come out, but we do unfortunately have some sad music news.
Yes,
We
sir.
have now the passing of Black Rob. I don't have his name up right now. Somebody can help me with his name. His
I just
government.
know him as Black Rob. I ain't know his first
All
name.
right.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Robert
Yeah.
Ross.
Robert Ross. Yeah, there
Yeah.
we go. So he passed from a lot of different health complications.
Yeah. He was
I
on
heard he was
diet.
homeless, man. That's the saddest part of that story is I heard he was homeless.
I did not hear that portion of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh man. But
Bless
so
his heart, man.
he had multiple heart attacks.
Hmm.
What do you have? Liver? Was it liver failure?
It looked like kidney failure because
Kidney
the
failure.
way his
Kidney
face
failure.
was sunken in, the way his face was sunken in on that last video where he was giving a video
Talking about
to
DMX.
pay respects to DMX. Yeah, his whole face was sunken in, and to me that's a clear sign of kidney failure. I'm no doctor, but I've seen it before.
Yeah. This is yet more unfortunate news. Brother was only 51 years young.
Wow.
I
Rest in peace,
definitely,
man. I said rest in peace, man.
Oh, definitely rest in peace. I definitely want to urge my brothers out there to take care of your health.
Mm-hmm.
I know we used to running 1,000 miles per hour, and we feel like, in our 40s, we still might be able to run, but you can still run, but you got to take care of yourself to some extent, please. A lighter music note, he was at one point my favorite Bad Boy artist because he came at a time.
No, it was just agreeing. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. So he came at a time when it was post locks, and I guess Puff had learned his error in trying to make in trying to change the image of the locks. So when Black Rob, artists like Black Rob, G Dep, Mark Curry, when all them came through, they were who they absolutely were.
Goon Squad, son. Goons, dog. Oh my God.
Nothing but goons, man. These dudes, like Black Rob, had a swag like no other back then, man. He had the voice and the way he told his stories. It's like, he told it. It was almost like he was coming from the perspective of a boss, but it was on some like this shit was like the nigga was grimy. Like Black Rob was so grimy. Oh man. But he told his story like, damn, I want to say, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I want to say he kind of had a Christopher Wallace-esque storytelling style, man.
Yeah.
Very intricate, very detailed, and very, very dark. Very dark.
Yeah, I while I agree that he was a great storyteller, I never want to put him in any type of light with Chris Wallace because I think Biggie did it on a whole nother level. But Black Rob was definitely nice with it.
I would say that Biggie, like, hit the way he told the story was more cinematic. Where I felt like with Black Rob, like in it, because we know, like, in a lot of the stories that Big told on record, while they were super dope and stuff like that, a lot of it like was exaggeration, right? To kind of just make it more interesting. But Black Rob joints was just like, it was like,
I wasn't exaggerating,
dude. It was just like a documentary film. You know what I mean? It was just like a documentary film. Like no chaser, just kind of straight to the point. That's why, like, my favorite Black Rob verse is the 24 hours to live joint. You know what I mean? Like, then go home, take a shower at ice cold water, and spend my last hours with my son and my daughter. Dog, like, fucking goosebumps right now, just quoting that shit, man. Like, when I hear that line, especially after he passed, Like I hear that line, and all I kept thinking was like, I hope he actually got to spend his last hour with his family. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, man. As I was telling the fellas before we started the show, I actually had the like pleasure of meeting him early 2000s outside of SOB in NYC. He was like one of like the first of a few notable hip hop artists who actually was showing EFAM love, man. Me, Tone Deaf, shout out to Pack FM. Oh man, shout out to Session and keep Session in y'all prayers, man. He's actually having some health troubles too, man. I just talked to Tone.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, but keep Session in y'all prayers, man. Yeah, man. But anyway, but Black Rob, like literally, we met him out front of SOBs, man. He copped. We used to have for my old song, FUI Rhyme Better. We used to have shirts that Tone Deaf designed, and Black Rob bought a joint like right after we came off stage, showed love, and then did a drop for those of y'all who remember the Substantial Evidence mixtape. If y'all go listen to that later and hear the Ain't No Happy Endings joints, you'll hear several drops. Pharaoh Z is the first drop. Shout out to him. Shout out my man Marksman, who part of the MCMI crew and Cataclysm. He was the second drop, and the last drop was Black Rob. Yeah, man, just a super humble dude, man. Like when I met him, he just genuinely seemed to be happy, like about being able to do what he loved to do. And when he was amongst like hip hop shit, like he was just happy to be there because his life was, I mean, hell, man, his first album came out when he was 30, dog. So this nigga lived a whole life, like seen a whole lot before he ever put a record out. So a lot of what we heard, like when he was really putting his story out there, man. And yeah, man, yeah, rest in peace to him, dude.
Definitely. Yeah. But yeah, moving on to other topics. Sorry to just kind of abruptly move on, but
it's all good.
We'll get on to the shows that I've been checking out. Well, first I just want to start off by saying it's been a really rough week. I've been really, really triggered this week. You got the Chauvin trial going. You got the Dante Wright murder going, or I'm not going to call it what it's not. The shooting, the police shooting of Dante Wright.
Adam Toledo.
You got Adam Toledo's killing, and then I've been watching them. And that has not helped at all. Like I had trouble. I had trouble this week.
Oh, we lost Sherm.
Motherfucker drops.
Right. Sherm had trouble for real. He had so much trouble. Look, you're saying was the man in the black hat came to get Sherm. Yo. Oh, the man in the black hat took Sherm. Oh, God.
What a blooper moment.
The man in the black hat got Sherm.
What happened?
Are you okay?
What just happened?
I don't know, son. Man in the black hat got you, dog. That joint scared the hell out of me. So you start talking about them.
I was like, what the fuck?
You know
What?
Oh, that was creepy. I don't know, Sherm.
Can y'all see anybody behind me?
No, but if Miss Vera show up, nigga, I'm gonna take you out this joint.
Yeah, gas. That's what that was. That milk.
I didn't touch anything, dog. I did nothing. I don't know what just happened.
I don't know, son. I don't know, man. My bad, yo. Like, just, you were saying them, right?
So amazing series, series.
I like we always do it. We don't give a shit if you haven't finished the series. Unfortunate for you. Yo, when the motherfucking reason why Chester is not around happened, bruh.
Right, boy.
Bruh. I meant to look it up to see the historical accuracy of that, to see if that was a thing. I would assume it was a thing. Bruh. I'm kind of speechless. I
Episode
don't know.
5. When you rewatch it, for those that saw it before, episode 5 is literally one you can skip over. Not because it's not good, but because that it was a little bit. It was not a little bit. It was a lot of bit to take.
Yeah,
episode 5.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Episode 5.
And my man who's playing the blackface character, dog.
Yeah,
dog. Yeah, he murked
he
that
was
role.
Standout for real.
He murked that role.
Dog.
My favorite part is when
one of the scariest shows I have ever seen. Like TV shows, this shit's scary as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
But it's so necessary to me.
And I love
it's so necessary to me. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed it. And again, it's not one of those things that you're gonna watch over and over again. But there's not a part in there, if you black, there's not a part in there that you can't relate to at some point. This is why in my opinion, this is why the whole what's his name?
Right.
Hank Emery. His involvement in corporate America, we talked about that last week, but his involvement in corporate America, I totally get it, bro. I get it to a T, because the stuff still goes on today.
And that's one thing that I really loved about the series is the personification of like who the monsters were. They weren't just these, sci-fi, we're just gonna throw some sci-fi shit in here just to make the show more watchable. This was the manifestation of what all of the characters were fighting with internally, dog.
Internal trauma.
The show is fire. Like my man on the inside Hank was battling with whether or not he was being black enough. Yep. Oh, you got the little girl battling with her side of, her fitting in at school and wanting to be more like the white girl she sees. Like, even to the point when it was shown that the little white girl was dead, I'm like, the way that they dealt with the mental trauma that they were going through, like that is what the horror was. It wasn't just some shit out of nowhere. That was the horror aspect of the show, was their mental trauma. And that shit was when she came home with the white paint, that was creepy. That shit was creepy as fuck, man.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
How about Betty across the street being so concerned about the black people that moved in her neighborhood, and here she get kidnapped and held hostage by one of the people that she considers her own.
Ain't that how it be though, dog?
It be your own people,
bro. While you pointing at somebody else, your man behind you with a whole dagger, like, yeah, keep on talking. I got something waiting for you.
Man, this white on white crime got to stop.
It was deep, bro. And the image of her running across the field, running to her freedom, getting shot down by the imaginary gun line.
Getting shot down like an animal amongst animals.
Amongst animals. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Imaginary gun line.
Amongst the actual animals.
Man.
She knew at that point what it was like to be black. It's deep. And I look forward to season 2. I know season 2 is not going to be related at all to season 1.
They switch it up from season to season. I do hope they do what Fargo does, though. Like how Fargo connects some of the seasons, even though it's a completely different story. They show how they're actually connected in some cases. So it would be interesting if they do that. Like, because for example, at the end of them, like they kind of zoom in on the youngest daughter. And so it'd be interesting if like the next season is like basically showing the demon she's like and like in her world as an adult. So I do want to say this real quick, Sherm. I'm sorry. I hope like what I will say is this: it is an extremely tough watch, but don't be one of these people out here that see the name them and then automatically it's hard not to think of us after seeing the trailer, but I've been seeing like these terrible reviews online or whatever, where people keep like saying how like it's just a ripoff of us.
Absolutely
It is
not.
nothing like
Not
us.
at all.
It
Not at
actually
all.
has far more in common. It has far more themes in common with
America
Jordan
Horror
Peele's Get Out movie than it
Oh,
does
true.
us. You know what I mean? Because of
True.
what it deals with. But it's a completely different thing. It's not and it's easy to get that feeling based on the trailer, but watch the actual show. It is a tough watch though.
But then the whole time too, though, like what Jordan Peele has done is he's actually kind of started a subgenre or maybe another genre. So so if there are going to be other shows like this is black shit, this is our shit. So don't complain about like what Freddy Krueger, Jason, Michael Myers, all them shits was the same. You motherfuckers ain't complaining about that shit. But a black show come out and it's reminiscent of another show. We gotta complain. We gotta hear complaints about it, and we participate in the shit. Oh yeah, man, this show.
And most of the complaints I'm seeing are from black people.
There was a wise man that said something about us being a collective. So whenever one thing, shout out to Substantial who say that, one of the things that we do and we tend to do is associate by color. We do the same things. Like if it's a black cast and then it's a one title series, we assume that them is relating to us. So we got to get out of that because it's absolutely not us. It's not us at all.
This shit different. This shit different.
Yeah, I really feel like it was just laziness, man. Like they see the title. The trailer doesn't help. The trailer definitely makes you
with the music.
Like how they did it was very much in that vein. So I get it. If you saw the trailer, you see the girl from Us, you know what I mean? And then the joint's called Them. It's easy to kind of make those connections.
And it's a family.
Yeah, and it's a family of four. You know what I mean? Right. So there are similarities, like in those respects, but that's very much, I mean, where it pretty much ends. And like, it's a very different experience. And then you also understand too, you're dealing with a show, so you're getting a lot more detail about everyone's experience. You know, and so man. But anyway,
what about the man in the black hat and how they related slavery to Christianity in the Bible, and that's continuing on, man. I was like, bruh, if y'all don't stop preaching right now,
bruh,
man, that show
they can come up with
that heavy, man.
It is. They assume that these people, because he helped us, God sent them here for us, so they're there for our property,
bruh.
And who fed him that line, James? Who fed him that line, James?
Who fed him the line?
Who fed him that line? Who pointed that line out to him in the Bible, James?
The kid, whatever.
Right, and who was the kid, James?
He was a devil.
And what do they say about the devil, James, in the Bible? What do they say about the devil? How well he knows the word?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It was deep, that right there. It was episode 9 because some people are like, I don't know about episode 9 was one of the ones you got to replay back and let it sink in. Let it sink in, because one of the commandments was that he make hell for black people throughout the rest of the time. You know what I mean? And it just relates to everything. It relates to everything, bro.
Yeah, that episode was powerful. When he was calling the dude lazy,
man, right?
And all I kept thinking was just like, boy, man, shout out to all our brown and black folk out here who oftentimes got to do so much more to get to the same point as our white counterparts. Just to be told that, like, just to be called lazy and say how you don't work hard when you've had to do like 10 times as much to get to that point.
Right.
Oh my God.
To a point beneath what you actually deserve, bro, to be honest.
Hey, and all he wanted was his wheel. All he wanted was his wagon wheel fixed. That's it.
That's what he wanted. That's all he wanted.
I was pissed off with that episode. I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers just like you said you was gonna help them.
Yeah.
And you go into this twisted. Oh my God. We could be on that joint all day. We could be on this show all day.
Yeah.
But and I really
We need to start
really
doing series ending reviews.
Yeah, we do.
As separate shows because it's a lot. If we could go on and on for another 20
we
minutes
could go
about
on
that
for the rest of the episode about this show
alone. Trust
sure.
me.
But you got more to cover, man. We got
I meant to talk about them last. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get through Snowfall real quick so we could get to the brother Cash. Snowfall is definitely taking a lot of interesting turns. I'm trying to recall all that's going on. I don't have any notes with me. I am not Cash and Stan. I'm sorry. We study different.
I got your back though. You know what I'm saying?
So first off, you got so I kind of feel like I feel like this episode had a taste of sloppiness, and I wanna say it showed mostly in the scene where Wanda showed up. And maybe it's just them adding a little bit of comedy to such a dark ass story. But when Wanda showed up with the two hit girls, and she was like, "Damn, why are you giving these bitches a job before you give me a job?" It was just a real awkward, kind of awkward scene to me. But it appears as though what's going on is shit fuck bananas right now. So, man, like. Man boy is gone. It's crazy because I'm concerned because I need to know who the girl's brother is. Like, that's what is burning my mind right now as I'm talking about Snowfall is who Franklin's, I guess, ex-girlfriend's brother is that Man Boy was protecting. But she lures Man Boy over to the crib. Man Boy dead. Khadijah dead. Man, they ain't had to do Khadijah like that though. They ain't had to do Khadijah like that.
No, they ain't had to do her like that.
They didn't have to do her like that. How they do her, James? How they do her?
I see it.
Why you sitting there talking about me and Winter Soldier? How they do Khadijah, boy? You watch nothing. You watch nothing.
I'm a binge it. Damn. I'm a binge watch it, tell you.
Hey, real quick sidebar, man. Shout out, rest in peace to the character, Man Boy. You know what I mean? And Khadijah's character as well. Shout out to the actor Melvin Gregg who plays Man Boy. He's actually from VA, if I'm not mistaken. So shout out to him. Yeah, definitely. Man. You know what I mean? Got that for the DMV.
So, yeah, she's going crazy. James doesn't know anything, but she's going crazy. Stan, I'm gonna get your opinion in a second.
Here we go. I put a that way the comments fall off.
You might as well just go ahead and toss him off the screen. Just get him out of here.
Right, okay. Time out with you, James. Right.
Get him out of here. Fuck out of here. But to me, it feels like what's going on is you got kids, and these kids have lost absolute, like they thought they had control, and now everything is falling apart. You got Reed. Reed is out there. Reed is out here on his nut. I don't know what the fuck.
He's actually crazy right now,
man. Oh, and the reporter is gone. I almost forgot about poor. Her name.
Oh yeah, man. But you knew though. You knew.
Yeah.
Everybody. How could you not know? It's one of those things. Like what she was doing is absolutely honorable. You know what I mean? You gotta give respect to the sacrifice that she was willing to make. But everybody was trying to tell her, you know what I mean? Especially, like her black ex-husband. He was just like, but he know because he a black man in America. He's like, baby, they kill us for less. So you know what I'm saying?
Bruh, remember
you killed out here trying to just live. You know what I mean?
I said earlier in the series that everybody was going to die. This was the episode where everybody died.
Crazy.
Yeah, man.
Crazy. But Man Boy was talking shit till his final breath.
Bro, that's a real dog. When they say real nigga, that's a real nigga.
Right.
That's the real nigga right there, man.
Right.
Man, I'm talking about till they shot him.
Right, and he was still talking his shit like you ain't already caught a few. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, oh my God.
He caught one, laying there talking shit, caught two more, and talked even more shit. It's like, oh, I'm about to go, so I'm gonna just go ahead and get it in on you right quick.
Right.
Hey, you a bitch, and you a bitch. Like, god damn, dog.
Yo.
Like, you're gonna die.
Yo, and Franklin was so disrespectful with them final shots too, so just like,
The way
man,
he tilted his face up.
you ain't even gonna let him finish though. Let's just let him get out. He's like, shit. That was basically the gun equivalent of shut up.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah.
Right. And he shot him twice. So yeah, it was literally 2 syllables. Just, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Dog, that joint, you know what I'm saying? I typically don't make fun of gun violence, but I can't front that. So it was, yeah.
And I still say, man, they ain't had to do Khadijah like that. I thought they was gonna let her be all right, man. It was a whole scene, whole apology and everything. She cold-hearted or was cold-hearted, but damn.
Yeah, I knew it's crazy, man. Like I knew that once she stabbed up the way she did his homeboy, like, you know, when your folks start looking at you sideways, right? Like, I think she done gone off the deep end, right? Like, you already know that's it for that character. Just like,
when when your crazier boyfriend is like, yeah, you tripping.
Yeah, right. Like you taking this a bit far. And I was like, nah, because Jerome hadn't really got what he wanted yet. You know what I mean? Like Jerome didn't feel redeemed yet, like in terms of what happened to his lady. So
because they started working with the hit girls that shot Louis.
Yeah, but those hit girls, they were business. It was just business. They were working for Khadijah. So like,
but that's what was sparking his need for vengeance. Though it's like, oh, now I got to work with these motherfuckers that just shot my girl. So it's just, just adding to your point about why Khadijah had to go down.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. But yo, just a sidebar, like back to Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That's ultimately going to be Carly's fatal flaw in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The main
they can't kill Carly.
What'd you say?
They can't kill Carly.
I ain't saying if they're gonna kill her or not, but she's definitely gonna go down, and I think she's gonna go down hard if she doesn't get killed. Because there's certain lines that she's crossing where the people who are closest to her are starting to question her decisions.
Yeah, so, they did a very good job.
Anytime you see that in a story, you already know where that's going.
Yeah, they did a good job expressing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. But yeah, dude, Snowfall, man. Next week, last episode, right?
Last episode coming up, man. I'm anxious.
Woo. Lord,
I'm anxious.
Man, it's crazy. I gotta go to the bathroom just talking about this shit.
I'm gonna catch that one.
Like, man, this is crazy.
I'm gonna catch that one. Watch.
Yeah, man. But Cash.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Sherm, anything else?
Nah, that's it. It's on the James. He talking about he gonna catch. He said, yeah.
You ain't gonna catch nothing.
Nobody believes in you. First of all, we don't believe in you because you don't even take care of your children.
What is it?
No, I'm sorry. Hey, for everybody, that was from Lean On Me. That was just a lean on me line.
What just happened? Like, man, shit ain't true, right?
That was a Lean On Me line. I just had to go all the way through it. I didn't ad lib. I'm sorry.
It was funny.
Oh my God, yeah.
So listen, for the people that's been there for a minute, we're running a little bit over. I'm gonna keep mine short, sweet, and to the point. The only sports I have today is giving a shout out and a big up to Dwayne Wade, the 3-time NBA champion. Dwayne Wade, my Miami Heat. He's now joining a majority owner, in the team, having ownership with the Utah Jazz. This is significant because a lot of players aspire to do other things outside of basketball once their career is over. So getting into ownership, he joins a list of very few former players that are now owners or stake owners or part owners. Adding Dwayne's name to that list of Grant Hill with the Atlanta Hawks, Shaquille O'Neal with the Sacramento Kings, and of course we all know Michael Jordan with the Charlotte Hornets.
Shaquille got baseball too, right?
Yeah, and Magic Johnson, he previously had 4% stake with the Lakers, but he also owns a big stake with the Los Angeles Dodgers. So it's great to see these players do other things, big business ventures outside of it. There was a little bit of controversy that happened because it was assumed that he would get some stake in Miami since he was the guy who brought them their first championship. And, you know, Dade County is also called Wade County because he meant that much to that organization years ago. So some people were kind of tight with Mickey Arison, the owner of Miami Heat, because Dwayne is not a owner with them. Mickey did come out and express that he did have some negotiations with Dwayne when it comes to ownership stake with the Miami Heat, but ultimately Dwayne went another route with the Utah Jazz, which also went on a deeper level because of their stances with the LGBTQ community, as well as their stance with Black Lives Matter. The owner of the Utah Jazz is only 41 years old. Dwayne Wade is 39. So it's a very young ownership group. They made a connection and the business took care of itself. So shout out to Dwayne Wade for that.
Can I say something right quick?
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm gonna need black men to stop with this suit jacket turtleneck combination because it just makes me feel like any brother that I ever see with this combination, I just think they looking for ass. You just looking for ass all the time. I can't take you seriously, man. I don't know what it is. Just think you're always on the hunt for some ass because that is just the dumbest combination. You just
know
look
what
like
missing,
you're
though?
thirsty.
What's he missing though, James? And I mean,
thin gold chain.
The thin gold or the herringbone
gold chain.
The herringbone joint. You know what I'm
One
saying?
you almost can't see with an even slimmer cross at the end of it.
Right.
Oh, and an earring.
Right.
I hate y'all.
Terrible, man. I hate that look, man. Why is that so popular now?
I don't know. They bringing it back. Why? I don't know.
Man. He looked like he looked like man, it's like Bizarro World Death Row, you know what I'm saying? Like the soft version, you know what I mean? Like the Death Row cover did R&B, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Well, all right. This took a different route.
I'm sorry, I'm done. All right, go ahead, Ken.
So yeah, shout out to D Wade and this accomplishment. They have yet to say how much stake he has, but in order to be considered an owner, you have to have at least 1% stake. So I'm assuming it's at least 1%, which for a organization that's worth
well done.
Yeah, for an organization that's worth $1.66 billion, that's I missed it. What you say?
This nigga said, I like my steak well done. But it wasn't that that was funny. It was the face he made after he said it because he just shook his head like that was terrible. That shit made it even funnier. So I had to explain that for our folks who just as opposed to watching. But yeah, I like my steak.
I'm sorry.
And then the face of shame. Followed by the face of shame for the poor joke. But go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm done.
Oh my god!
It's back to you, sister.
My whole face and hair hurt right now, yo. Laughing at you dudes, man. Oh my god, yo. So, so, ladies and gentlemen, that's the show for this week. Hey, man, thank y'all so much for watching, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. The chat has been popping the whole time. We appreciate y'all. Shout out to Johnny Perezzo, you know what I mean, with his mighty wrench holding us down per usual.
Shout out to my cousin too.
Yeah, man, your cuz came through.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And Ramal.
Yeah, Ramal. Shout out to the homie Ramal for coming through, man. Early bird. The Mrs. Robinson was holding it down as well. I saw it was a birthday shout out to Ice Killer as well.
Ice Killer
birthday. That's what's up.
That's right. Rounding out the Aries gang.
Hey,
yeah.
So it's somebody's name you just said, right? And this ain't gonna be long. It's somebody's name you just said, and it's that name and somebody else's name that like lately with the whole trigger thing, like it's a couple of people that we know that it's like, so because I figure as Black people, we have always had to show, because we're always put in a negative light. So it has always been, unfortunately, a responsibility of ours to always show, like, nah, even though you tried to fuck us up, nah, we still way more civilized than you. We still way smarter. We still way more athletic. You couldn't fuck us up. So we had to prove that to them after they tried to turn us into savages. Didn't fucking work. So there are some people that we know that are absolutely whiting the right way. I don't want to say any names because I don't want to associate them with this, because it's like I'm saying it lightheartedly, but I'm saying it for real at the same time. Like, yo, we know some really fucking dope white people, man, and they need to put documentaries out showing other white people how to white in America properly.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say their names because I don't.
I mean, we all know it is,
bro. And get bad messages, but they're whiting the right way, and I fucking love it.
They're doing it white. No.
No, that was actually that was a good one.
Hello?
That was a good one.
Hello, is this on? Hello. But yo, it was only two white folks who that I could see based on the post and stuff. And so yeah,
well, one of them might not have been here. So it might there's three. Then one of them might not have been here.
Okay,
yeah.
But we appreciate y'all. We
love y'all, man.
Shout out to our allies. You know what I mean?
We love y'all.
Yo, because I'll say this, man, to wrap up. Look, I think a lot of times that like the issues that folks see that happen, to our people, and other ethnic groups, other minorities in this country, and look at it. Oftentimes, a part of the problem is they look at it as it's their problem type of thing. When a lot of the issues, because a lot of these issues are systemic or whatever, there are problems that oftentimes were introduced by a different group of people. And oftentimes the majority in this country, in other words, white folk. And so these problems aren't just certain communities' problems, it's our country's problems, right? And the mirror is being held up to our face. And so shout out to the people who step up and realize that, when they, I don't want to say that they don't have anything to benefit from, because the reality of it is, if our folks are doing better and other minority groups who oftentimes get taken advantage of are doing better, we're going to create a better country, and we're going to create better opportunities, not just for our own folk, but stuff that you're ultimately going to benefit from as well, because we managed to do that even when we get shitted on, right? We still have done that for the country. You know what I mean? So imagine what the hell could happen if folks would just get the fuck out the way. You know what I mean? And I ain't talking about the folks who are helping. I'm talking about the folks who constantly put roadblocks in people's way. Look at what has been done to help lift this country with the roadblocks put in front of our people, right? So imagine how better things could be for everybody, not just us, but for everybody, if folks would just get shit out the way. Something to grow on, something to think about. It's something I think about a lot. And it's really, that's what folks, when they say they're looking for peace, what I'm really looking for is just a place where folks aren't in my damn way. Just get out the way.
Pretty much.
Get out the way. That's it. You know what I mean? And that's all. That's it, man. But listen, thank all of y'all for watching, listening, however.
Shout out Steph too. Steph said we forgot her name. Shout out Stephanie Gale. Stephanie Gale, we are shouting you out. I can't believe I ain't shout out Steph.
Man, I already gave her a shout out. Moving on.
and Johnny told me to say his goddamn name right. It's Johnny Perozzo. Perozzo, not Perezzo. Perozzo. Rhymes with Bozo. You know what I'm saying? Johnny Perozzo.
Oh, Johnny, you better give him flames next Sunday.
Right, hot 16, Johnny, right?
I couldn't resist. You've been cooking me this whole time. You know what I'm saying? I just had to do something before we left. You know what I'm saying?
And my last word.
Yes.
I just want to say I'm proud to be a part of this podcast.
Yes.
I'm proud to be a black man.
Yes.
And I'm also proud that my wife is white.
You son of a
Hey, yo.
I'm out, man. I'm out. That's a mic drop moment.
Oh,
Yeah, you ass.
hey, young. Hey, young. Oh,
Y'all
my.
must have forgot.
Oh man.
Oh, man. That was a good old Easter egg from the last episode.
Yeah.
Your boy Hubert Davis.
Oh, man.
Oh, God. Young, it hurt, young.
All right.
So on that note, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, man, please do so. Our next goal that we're trying to hit is 150 subscribers. Currently, I think we are at 108. So we got a little ways to go, but definitely make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please like our page, and you also can support us on Patreon. Patreon.com/3 the odd way. We do have some options for merch on there as well. If you stay on
our shirts are dope.
Yes, our shirts are dope. You know what I mean?
Fire.
Yeah, so please support if you can. We appreciate the support and all the love. And we will see y'all next week. We will be live, but we might have a surprise recap or whatever. Well, not a surprise so much, but we might do a recap show of Versus. So we will talk about that and get back to y'all. All right. So everybody have a great rest of the weekend. Enjoy these last few hours. You know what I mean? And peace.
Peace.